The difference between expensive and cheap Scotch?
I highly doubt it. So these are both Scotches. One of them was significantly more expensive than the other.
Significantly.
Significantly, yes.
Okay. All right. So can we taste quality of price? Because
Probably.
quality is clearly price.
Right, yeah, I guess there's two different questions. Is an expensive whiskey better? And can we tell the difference? So we're going to start off with the lighter color of the two whiskeys here, then. Smelling a lot of alcohol. Not
That seems to be a trend, though. I mean,
That's true. I don't know necessarily that means it's higher proof, but I'm just getting a very strong burn smell that I don't remember getting. For some of the whiskeys we've tried so far, I've had this, but...
getting, like, very, like, citrusy, maybe?
Really? I don't notice that. I don't hate this one. It has a very harsh burn, I think, though. For me, at least.
You're not wrong. It definitely does. All in all, though, it's not bad.
No, I don't hate that.
It does burn.
Yes, it does burn. It does go down kind of rough, but I would rather drink that than the Jack Daniels we tried.
That's fair. Right off, this smells drastically different.
Wow, yeah. The smell's sweet.
Yeah, it does. It does.
A little,
I can't place it, though.
maybe a little woody, a little sweet. It smells like it's going to taste better.
One way to find out.
All right, let's try it. Way less burn right off the bat.
No burn.
Yeah, like next to nothing.
We're getting a much more vanilla aftertaste out of this one.
Yes. Yes, it's a... there's just a lot more going on in the taste altogether, but it's not harsh.
So it's not harsh and it's more complex. So which one is better?
I would definitely rather drink this, but I don't think that this is, like, miles better than the other one. I didn't dislike the first one we tried.
Except for the burn.
Except for the burn.
The flavor was good, the feeling wasn't.
Yes.
Okay.
I like the flavor of both of these. Probably pretty equally, I would say.
With the idea that complexity is usually more expensive, I'd have to say the number 2 is more expensive.
You think the number 2 is more expensive?
Yes.
Because it's more complex.
That's my thought process.
That's fair. I think I'm going to agree with you. I think the number 2 is the more expensive of the two. I'm also going to say that from what we've learned so far, whiskeys tend to get a darker color the longer they're aged, right? And
Because there's more wood absorption.
right,
Yeah,
and I would assume, and I don't know if this is correct, but I would assume that the price goes up the longer it's aged.
I think that makes sense.
Okay. So based on the coloring, I would assume the darker one is going to be...
There's a clear difference in color here.
Yeah, you've got like almost a brown color for glass number 2, where number 1 was almost a very clear yellow, almost like the color of the Suntory.
Yes,
Japanese
it was
whiskey
very,
that
very
we tried.
reminiscent of that.
Yeah, but did not taste anything like that.
Correct.
Just to be clear. But yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think number 2 is the more expensive of the two. So Kristen, what was in glass number 1?
Glass number 1 was Duggan's Dew, a blended Scotch whiskey. And you were talking about the different colorings.
Yes.
On the back, this one says that it's been aged 36 months, so 3 years.
Okay.
Interesting to get the age statement in months. I don't think we've seen that on any whiskeys we've done yet.
Maybe because that's so few compared to like 12 years kind of thing.
Right. Maybe they didn't want to put such a small number, so they try to make it seem bigger by putting months on it.
Seems legitimate.
Yeah, okay. And then glass number 2.
Glass number 2 was the Macallan Double Cask 12 years, so 4 times as long as the Duggan's Dew.
Okay, so I was right in my assumption of the glass number 2 being aged longer.
Yep.
Okay, now what are the price differences between Duggan's Dew and the Macallan 12 Double Cask?
So we're doing a comparison of 1.75 liter bottles. The Duggan's Dew for our area comes in around $30.
Okay.
The Macallan at that same volume comes in around $147.
Oh,
Okay,
so there's a little bit of difference in the price point.
just a little bit,
Couple dollars here or there.
And this was for big bottles too, 1.75
Yes.
liters.
Mhm.
So that's a big boy bottle. And $30 for the Duggan's Dew for that much liquor, that's impressive.
That is. Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say for how much I didn't hate the Duggins do, and
Is it worth $30?
for $30 for almost 2 liters, I would absolutely buy that.
Okay.
Now, I did like the Macallan, but
Is it worth $1.50?
is it? Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that. What do you? I mean, would you pay $150 for this whiskey?
It tastes good, but it's not that much better. No, I wouldn't.
If you were going to recommend one of these 2 whiskeys to a complete whiskey beginner without taking into account the price, if you just were going to pour a glass for one of your friends who had never had whiskey before and you had both of these on hand, which one would you give them?
Macallan's.
The Macallans?
I
So
would.
it is a better taste, just not
Yes.
worth the price.
Yes.
Okay. Now, real quick, what would you rate each of these on a scale of 0 to 10?
6 and 7.5.
I'm going to say 5.5 for the Duggins and 7 for the Macallan.
We're going to have to try this again with some different bottles, I think.
I think we are.